This just feels like us, what we're seeing every day. but we, to me, what's most satisfying right now is that we set out to make a thriller. We set out to make a movie that was truly thrilling. And like when I say thrilling, it doesn't mean like, oh, you're being thrilled by a movie. You're like, oh, I think the cops are going to run in this theater at any moment and like stop the screening. And like because we've been making movies, we're making feature films for almost a decade now. Yeah. And we've been taking all these things we're learning about through documentary, through our hybrid films, through our fiction, and we're putting it into this new idea of a movie. We don't know what we're doing. Like we just have a world that we're just kind of living in, and we're just showing it. Like, so it's put your really refreshing to hear, people respond.
To hear exactly what you're saying. It's like something you feel that you've never seen it before. That's really special to us because it's like we're trying to make something that's new and intriguing to us, and hopefully, we're aware. We're trying to translate that to the audience, and it's great to hear.
Well, even new in terms of cast. I mean, Robert, I couldn't tell that was you. You look completely different. I felt like if a girl was gonna. If you were going to walk up to a girl and hit on her, she probably wouldn't say, okay, when you look
I
like
think
this.
he's hot stuff.
Yeah, it depends what kind of girl you are.
This is true. Can you talk a little about kind of creating that character and that look to kind of give him that off-putting kind of sense?
There was definitely, it's just in, like, as the script was being developed, there was just these, it's a very... there were just these lines which are just sort of so jagged, and like you didn't really know if the character. Reading the script, you didn't know if the character's supposed to be good or bad or anything, and it's just a combination of factors. There's like I don't really know how the development happened. It was literally just like, do you know when you're tuning a guitar to like one string to the other, and then suddenly when you get the two tones to just hum in harmony, like it's like every little thing when we're doing the makeup tests. Like we tried so many things. So I'm basically doing the makeup test to look like Benny. That was like what the initial makeup tests were, and I was like doing like a fake nose and this and that and a perm and things. And then when you finally get just whatever works as the character, these sort of Tommy Lee Jones kind of like scarring on your face and stuff. You suddenly did that, and it was like, oh, that like hums. And I don't know. You don't know why the things work, and then suddenly you just look in the mirror and you're like, oh, that just feels really right.
Well, talking about the good or bad, I felt like throughout the entire film, I was kind of rooting for Connie. I didn't want anything bad to happen. I didn't know if he did such bad things. It was kind of bad, but you still root for him.
It's kind of bad.
No, he's heroic because he does things that like people like. We always talked about Connie almost like he was a superhero. And I meet people. I'm friends with people who I consider to be superheroes. Like they'll do things. I was like, wow, I wish I could do that. And I think that is tapping into what you're feeling, is that he is heroic and he is acting in the name of his brother.
Yeah.